In Matthew chapter 25, Jesus tells the parable of the sheep and the goats. Jesus says, when the Son of Man returns in power and great glory, he's going to gather the nations together as a shepherd gathers the sheep and the goats. He's going to put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. And he's going to turn to those on his right and say, enter the heaven that is prepared for you. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was naked and you clothed me. Sick and in prison and you visited me. And those on his right are going to say, when, Jesus? When did we ever see you in that kind of a jam? And he will answer, every time you did it. To one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me. In other words, Cliffe, I gave my life for you on a cross. Now you give your life to me. And you can't feed me literally right now. You can't clothe me literally right now. I don't need that. But when you do that for the least of these, you're doing it for me. So get about it, Cliffe. Because I love you, I've given my life for you. Now you learn to give your life for others. Because when you do that, it shows your commitment to me, Jesus Christ. And then Jesus said he'll turn to those on his left and say, enter the hell that has been prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me nothing to drink. I was naked and you did not clothe me, sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. And those on his left are going to say, when, Jesus? When do we ever see you in that kind of a jam? And he will answer, every time you did not do it to the least of these, you did not do it to me. In other words, God put you here for a purpose. God put me here for a purpose, to love him and to love others. And we can't be agnostic. We can't run around saying, oh, I don't know what my life is going to be all about. Because every day, you have to make a decision, and I have to make a decision. Am I going to love people and show it in practical ways, or am I going to ignore people and be committed to my agenda alone? And Jesus Christ says, put me at the bottom of your life. Put me as the foundation of your life. Allow me to meet the deepest needs of your heart, your mind, your soul. And then I will free you to use the massive talents I have given you for a purpose, to honor God by serving others, to love God by loving others. That's what Christ calls us to do. That takes commitment. That takes loyalty to a person, the personal God, the risen Lord Jesus Christ. You see, Christianity is not about following the rules. Christianity is about living in a love relationship with the living God, the Lord Jesus Christ. And as a result of living in that relationship with him, your life will change. You will want to honor him. You'll want to obey him. You'll want to trust him and to show that trust in the nitty-gritty, dirty details of everyday life, in the way you treat your spouse, in the way you treat your aging parents, in the way you treat your children, in the way you treat your employees or your employer, your neighbors. You see, following Christ is a 25-hour-a-day, 8-day-a-week occupation. You make him Lord of your life, which means you begin to realize he gave me the gifts and talents I have. He's given me incredible opportunities. Now, how am I going to use them? To kick back and live for number one, me, or to worship God, to serve God, to stand in awe of God, and then to learn to respect people, to give your life for others, to sacrifice, to engage in self-denial so that you can spend more time, more money building others up. Now here's the paradox. If you live for yourself, you'll be an empty, isolated, lonely person. But when you learn to live for Christ and to live for others, you will be surprised by relationships that are so deep that they bring a profound joy that nothing can compare to. Just look at your life now. The happiness, the joy that you experience is connected to your relationships with others. But in a relationship with a narcissist, you are condemned as a lowlife. You're condemned as inconsequential. You're condemned as something to be manipulated, to bring the narcissist more self-gratification. Is that a deep relationship? No. That's incredibly trivial, amazingly superficial. Turn to Christ. Allow him to meet the deepest needs that you and I have as human beings, and then to free us to give our lives away in rejoicing in others, in encouraging others, in celebrating others, in sacrificing for others. That is real living.